was to be no hangover after Las Vegas, but the wild celebrations told the story of a team spirit that burns stronger than the Bellagio's best bourbon. After a traumatic week for Rangers saw striker Kenny Miller exiled to the under-20s amid reports of acrimony and a split within the dressing room, this was the win boss Pedro Caixinha needed so badly. Even more so when he watched in horror as his side got off to a nightmare start less than a minute in. But these are the times when you find out who's for you and against you, and with 3 goals in just 6 minutes the under-fire Rangers manager got his answer plus a whole lot of love to go with it. Cynics will say it's no surprise Daniel Candeias made a big show of running to the dugout to embrace his Portuguese countryman to celebrate adding a 3rd goal to Declan John's tasty double. Pedro Caixinha celebrates with Daniel Candeias after scoring his side's 3rd goal image SNS group, but there was genuine joy in the mass love in as every blue sweat on the pitch followed in to savour the moment. After a week when Caixinha bizarrely compared his angry post-Old Firm meeting with his players to a holiday in Las Vegas, where whatever drama unfolds must be kept strictly within city limits, this couldn't have been a more public declaration of support. And what that means for the future of Miller, bombed out as an indication Caixinha believes him to be the mole who divulged details of that meeting, could be a permanent loss of a Rangers shirt. It was an intriguing wait for Caixinha's team lines to discover if any other homegrown players would suffer in the fallout from Monday's meeting. Despite copping a hefty share of the manager's fury during that Old Firm post-mortem, Graham Dorrans kept his place and the captain's armband, no doubt with strict instructions not to be handing it over to anyone else. The only change from the team that started against Celtic was the addition of fit-again John Lee Hodgson. Hamilton were also looking to bounce back after 3 straight defeats against Celtic, Hearts and St Johnstone. The suspension of midfield enforcer Darian McKinnon didn't help their cause, nor did the loss of keeper Gary Woods, having horrendously suffered a lacerated kidney by falling heavily in the defeat by Saints. That thrust Darren Jameson into the firing line for a live TV match that was a world away from his appearances for junior side Bo'ness United just 18 months ago. But he wasn't the one to wilt under the spotlight from the start. It was a far more experienced defender caught like a rabbit in the headlights. Cumbersome Fabio Cardoso was criminally turned by rakish Bingham striding clear into the box. His low shot was saved by Wes Foderingham, but only as far as Danny Redmond, who gratefully turned home the rebound. Just 57 seconds gone and already the Gers defense was a busted flush. Now Caixinha would see whether his players were 100% committed to his cause as he insisted in Wednesday's audience with the media. And he got his answer in emphatic fashion. Maybe Carlos Peña was guilty of being too committed as he was lucky to see yellow instead of red for clattering Dougie Emery, with the Mexican also appearing to elbow Greg Doherty in an earlier incident missed by the ref. But John got it just right when he brought Gers to life on 21 minutes. Declan John put in a solid shift and bagged himself a 00 image SNS group driving in from the left. Most would have expected the cross inside, but the powerful shot he unleashed from outside the box took everyone by surprise, including keeper Jameson as it lashed inside his right post. 4 minutes later John showed the positivity to go it alone again, but this time, at such a tight angle, the keeper will be furious. He let the shot squirt through him. Jameson redeemed himself seconds later, winning a one-on-one showdown with Alfredo Morelos. But in the 27th minute came the moment that defined this Rangers dressing room and the spirit that still burns strong within it. Dorrans' ball over the top found Candeias in space to take full advantage with a clinical low finish across the keeper, but it was the celebration that the travelling support relished the most. The Portuguese made a beeline for the away dugout, followed hot on his heels by a tidal wave of blue shirts, as he gathered up Caixinha and his staff in one mass group hug of togetherness. Ryan Jack has a crazy 7 minutes and saw red image PA. If it were any other team you would have called it a huddle, but whatever word you use, it was the unspoken nature of the gesture that screamed loudest. Akis battled to get back in it, a little too much in Doherty's case with a 33-yard D-minute booking for fouling Peña. But a 25-yard drive by Redmond, turned away by Foderingham, served warning it was far too early to get the party started just yet. The second half brought an early twist with Ryan Jack copping bookings either side of a disallowed goal for Peña, literally offering James Tavernier's shot a helping hand into the net. Jack's first yellow card was well deserved for a foul on Ali Crawford. So to then get his timing so badly wrong just 7 minutes later in a clumsy clip on Doherty was naive at best. A clear second booking and a red card that could have gifted Akis a lifeline. If only kamikaze defender Alex Gogic hadn't tossed it away again with a 59-minute moment of madness. Bad enough his passback was woefully short, but to compound his error by hauling down sub Jason Holt for a clear penalty was unforgivable. Dorrans was clinical from the spot as he sealed the win over Aki Simic SNS Group. Gogic was lucky not to see red just to complete the unholy trinity of mistakes that cost his side, but the damage was done as Dorrans stepped up to clip a casual finish from the spot down the middle. Game over. Jez could even afford the luxury of a rash tackle by rookie Ross McCrory, gifting a penalty to Aki's sub-body by Abby. Bingham's effort from the spot was saved by Foderingham, and another good stop thwarted Stephen Boyd before the clock wound down to the inevitable. Jez will enjoy this one, maybe too much with the international break starting. But how wild that party gets, we'll never truly know. After all, some things are to be kept strictly between the lads. Pedro Caixinha thanks Rangers stars for show of support after troubled week.